Good morning to you all. Today we shall continue our grammar chapter modals. I have already discussed the auxiliaries, their kinds. We have already discussed the basics, the fundamentals of the auxiliaries as well as the modals. Today we shall continue to know about the use of each and every modals individually. You know that when someone asks a question in the classroom, how many modals are there, the students sometimes can't answer. But some students are very smart to answer. Anyway, a few I think, because of not knowing the fact about the number of modals, they remain confused and also provide the confusing answer. So first of all, let us know now the number of modals. You know that these are the shall, will, may, can and their past forms should, would, might, to. And their number is 8. And these are, their number is 5. So, as far as the modal auxiliaries are concerned, 8 plus 5 is equal to 13. So, there are 13 modals in English grammar. And today, we shall learn the individual use of each and every modal. So let us now continue beginning with the use of shall, then will, then may, can. So part by part, I shall just give you the hints regarding the use of all such things, and I hope that you will be sincere enough to make the notes about them. So modals, sometimes you know that they are said modals because they express different moods. When they are used in the same context, but the mood is different, then we can say that it is the modal use. So let us now know how each and every modal has its own expression. First of all, it is uses of shall. Number 1, uses of shall. So, in the beginning, we should learn about the use of shall. Actually, it is used with first persons, I and we, and the second and third persons generally take will. So, for your better understanding, let you know that singular, make 2 columns, singular and plural. We know that first person is I, second person is you, and third person is he or she or it. In case of plural, the plural of I is we, and plural of you is you, and plural of he, she, it becomes they. So these are the as usual persons that we know. I is the first person singular, we is the first person plural. And similarly, these are all the singular and plural forms of personal pronouns. So, first of all, we should learn that shall is used only with first persons in both singular and plural. It is the as usual or the normal use. It is the as usual or the normal use of shall. It is used with first person singular and plural. That is I and we. And in case of second person, we use we. It is also will and it is also we. You have already learned all these things even from your standard 3-4 or beforehand. But only to remind you and for your better understanding, I just remind you again that this is the as usual general use of shall and will. But when it deviates, at that time, it expresses its mood. So this is the important in case of shall and will or in case of modals in general. Now let us know what it is then. You must make a note of all these things, and afterwards let us now continue. So let us now know the use of shall. Shall is used with first persons shall is used with first persons that is I, we, to express simple future only. Or it expresses only the futurity and nothing else. When it is used with, when shall is used with first persons, I and we, it is not its modal use. So we have to write here, it is not its modal use. But when it is used with second and third persons, it expresses see, what does it express? Then we have to know. Beforehand, let me to clarify you that nowadays, even in our colloquial language, in our conversational language, everyone uses both shall and will. Even in first person, shall is used both with first person as well as the second and third persons. Even will is also used both with first persons and second and third persons. Nowadays they don't find any sort of difference. But as we know that modals are the special verbs, they express the mood. That is why we should learn. And sometimes, basically the native speakers, they react accordingly, according to the use of modal. You can learn or you may understand it as usual. So first of all, let you know that it is used with first persons to express only futurity or simple future, but it is not its modal use. But when it is used with the second and third persons, when we say I shall give you money, it is nothing else. Or we shall visit Konark, London, whatever that means. This is nothing. It is only the what? Expression of futurity. It is expression of future. Future. So, now let us know, when it is used with second and third person, how does it change its mood? What emotion does it generally give, or what sort of effect does it give at the time of using with the second and third persons? So, it expresses, what does it express? Number one, see, promise. It expresses promise when used with second and third person. For example, you shall be given a promotion. See here, when shall is used with the second person, it expresses what? Promise. Suppose the boss or the authority in some context promises an employee and saying that you will be given promotion, then that does not matter. Even the employee also does not take it seriously and he will not feel happy. Why? Because he has used here will. But if the employer says, or the authority or the boss says that you shall be given a promotion, at that time the employee listening the voice from his authority becomes so happy and he becomes ecstatic. Why? Because it becomes promised and he becomes sure that he must get a promotion. Or someone may say, he shall be given a reward. See, here in that case, he shall be given a reward. When shall is used with third person, maybe singular or plural, at that time it also expresses promise. Besides, number two, it expresses determination. Determination. When does it express determination? When shall is used with second and third person. Let us have the example. You shall get the first prize. Here, you see, you shall get the first prize. What does it mean? It means that the person who speaks is determined And the person also who listens that, generally he becomes sure. It gives the what? Definite result. You shall be get the first prize. You shall get the first prize. See, so suppose another one. He shall be made monitor of the class. He shall be made monitor. Here suppose a teacher among all the students declares someone that he will be made monitor. Then all the students, they will just take it haphazardly. He may be made, he may not be made. But when he speaks that he shall be made monitor, at that time it becomes sure. Why? Because it comes out as a determined voice from the teacher. All the students during that time, they take it as it is the determination of the teacher that he must be made monitor. See, so except that, we shall have number 3, threat. Threat or fear. See, even we can have the expression of threat. The mood changes when it is used with second and third person. See how the example. Suppose someone says, you shall be dismissed from the job. You shall be dismissed from the job. Automatically the listener, the second person, becomes very serious. He gets nervous. Why? Because it poses the threat. It is a threatening voice on behalf of the employer or maybe the boss or the authority. So that is why it is what it is. You shall be dismissed from the job expresses threat. So if another example, he shall be demoted, except instead of the promotion, if someone is going to be demoted, and if someone just speaks with the third person using shall, then it expresses threatening, fear, threat. Exactly. Number 4, what it is? Compulsion. It also expresses compulsion. How? Because you know that even when we go through some of the instructions given in the offices or something like that, during that time they use shall. In case of in some of the forms, when we fill up, beforehand we go through each and every instructions carefully. So during that time we come across students shall deposit the documents. Why do they write shall instead of will? We know that will is used for third person, but instead of that shall is written there. Why? It is only because they want to make it compulsory. Instead of writing it is compulsory for all the students, if someone writes the students shall, then it expresses compulsion. So let us have the example. What it is? The students, it is the example. The students shall. The students shall deposit. The students shall deposit the documents by 25th August. What does it mean? That means it is compulsory, it is mandatory for all the students to deposit the documents on or before 25th August. You know, we have already read prepositions and it expresses either on or before as it is mentioned as the date. So, that is why it expresses on or before. So, on or before students are, or students what? Students are forced or they are compelled or they feel that they are compelled to deposit the documents. See how generally different use or the same modal used in second and third persons expresses the different moods. That is why there are the modals. Not only this, we can also have the other. What are those? Number 4. Number 4, it is polite questions. Polite questions. We may write, for example, though in the course of the use of modals, we shall know that would actually expresses more politeness than the others. But anyway, we can use also shall in some context. We may say, shall you have a cup of tea? Or shall you close the window, please? See, shall you close the window, please? Except that we have, this number may be 5, I think, then comes 6. We have another one. What is that? Command. Even we can express command using shall with the second and third persons. How it is? For example, when we say, you must have heard a proverb. What it is? Thou shalt love thy country. Thou shalt love thy country as thou love yourself. Here, these are some sort of archaic languages. When at the time of teaching the poetry, you must learn all those things because you will come across in most of the poems the archaic use of this one. So thou means here it is you, and shalt means shall, and thyself. Thou shalt love thy country as thou love thyself. It is thyself. See, thou shalt love thy country as thou love thyself. Thyself means yourself. So it expresses shall. When it is used with the second person you, it expresses command. We have to love our country as we love ourselves. But what sort of or what extent of love should be there for us, for our own motherland? Again, suppose someone says, another one, he shall go. See, he shall go. When shall is used with third person, as usually the normal use of shall is first person, but when we used it with third person, what does it express? It expresses command. So it is a commanding voice. He shall go. That means someone commands that it is mandatory for him to go anywhere else. He is instructed to go, or he is generally directed to go. So this is all uses of shall. Then we have to shift to will. Now let us move from shall to will. And we are clear, we know very well that will is used with second and third persons. So when it used with, or when it is used with the second and third persons, at that time it is not its modal use. Rather, what is? It is the normal use. It expresses the future. Let us have the definition itself so that it will be clear to you. When will is used with second and third persons, both in singular and plural, or both with singular and plural. Third persons, that is you, he, she, they, etc. So when will is used with second and third persons, comma, it expresses simple future only. Future only. That means it is not its modal use. Let us write that it is not its modal use. What does then when, but when it is used with first persons, I and we know that first persons, comma, it expresses what does it express then? Just the opposite. When shall is used with second and third person, it changes its mood to express something. Exactly when will is used with first persons, at that time it changes its mood and it is its modal use. So very simple. How it is? Suppose it expresses number one, determination. It expresses determination. Whenever someone says, suppose for example, I will be topper in annual exam. What does it express? It expresses, mark, when it is used with the first person, it expresses determination. Exactly, we will win the race or game. That means all the people in mass, they express deter, or they general what? They are determined that they must win the game. See the change of the mood, what the will when used with first person, at that time expresses the determination. And not only this, it also number two, we must say that it also what? It expresses What is it? Willingness. So see now how the mood changes here. Willingness. Suppose someone says that, for example, I will help you. Suppose someone says, I will help you, you will be relaxed. You will feel relaxed because you generally do not need any other person for his help. Rather, you found someone. Why? Because he has given his willingness. And exactly here, if someone says, we will be there at your need or at your need. So whenever it is needed, mark, someone gives the willingness that they will help you. So that is why these all things they express as what? The willingness. And apart from this, we can find what does it? Number 3. Here also we find the threat. Threat, or we may say it is fear. For a joke, let me tell you that if someone speaks before you, I shall kill you, it will not affect you anything else. You will laugh at for his words. But when someone says, I will kill you, you will start running. Why? Because when you know that he is determined or he is given a threatening, at that time you will be highly fearful. Panic will overpower you. This is the difference. And we should learn. It is only the English speaker actually they perceive. They realize what is the different use of the modals and what does it express. And accordingly, they also reply or they also behave in that way. But as we are the learners, actually the use of the modals does not appeal to us. But at least at the time of writing, to give effect of some expression to some of the sentences, we must learn the use of the modals. So see here, threatening or fear, cause of fear can be heard from what? It can be heard from use of will with the first persons. How it is? Suppose someone says, I will expose her. I will expose her. See, soon after, see here the words and basically use of the will before the pronoun I, the past person, then automatically it becomes a threat to her. But when instead of that, if he speaks, I shall expose her, automatically the listener will not take the listener will not take it seriously. The listener will only serious when there will be the use of will. If he will be rejected or he will be disqualified. See, suppose someone speaks that he will be disqualified, it becomes a threat. It becomes totally a threat and it is a fear. Automatically, the listeners, they will consider as if the person concerned generally is in threatening. And next, what it is, we can express also, or it is the wish. It expresses wish. someone says, I will act in the drama. See, I will act in the drama. At that time, it shows that the person has a wish to act in the drama. Or someone says, he will be included in the team. That means someone wishes that a person must be or person should be included in the team. It expresses the wish. Apart from this, another important, what it is, number 5, it is what? To frame questions. To make questions expressing future of future. In that case, how it is? Because first of all, we should learn a general rule of the use of questions in case of persons. Let you know that will I or will we, when we express, these are not permitted or allowed in English grammar. Normally, will is not used in question forms, basically with first persons, but will is used with the second persons. When we want to frame questions using the will, at that time we should use them. Preferably we should use them with the second persons. How it is? Suppose, will you, example, will you join the meeting? Will he agree to give notes? See. So these are certain uses basically of shall and will when they are used as modals. Let you know how they express differently or different emotions. They are generally the mood that changes. And this is for today. In the next class, we shall continue the use of the other modals and at least make notes all of these things and learn so that you can use them in a correct way. Even you can rectify in the editing method in your in the questions basically that come in your annual examinations. Thank you all.